witches, Elizabeth. This is Way Raven over here. Today I have a review for you on this super cool set of playing cards. They are by the amazing Jake Richards, and Jake Richards is the author of two of my most favorite books, Backwoods Witchcraft, and his newest one, Doctoring the Devil. By the way, if you haven't seen my review on Backwoods Witchcraft, please make sure that when you finish with this video, go and visit that video. I strongly recommend that if you are into folk magic, you need to have these two books. They should be in your library. You will thank me. Before I continue, I want to tell you a little bit who Jake Richards is. Jake Richards was born and raised in the Appalachia, and according to this book, and it's what I like to read, he holds his heritage close in his blood and bones. His family legacy in Appalachia goes back for generations. Jake has practiced Appalachia folk magic for over a decade, and he teaches classes on this topic in Jonesboro, Tennessee. I really like this young author. I strongly suggest for you to follow him. I'll put some of his links in the description of the video, as well as the links for everything that I talk about today pertaining to Jake Richards. Now let's talk a little bit about the Appalachia. The Appalachia is a vast mountain region here in the United States, and they range all the way from South New York all the way down to the north of Alabama and Georgia. So this range of mountains cover a few states in the United States. There's a lot of folklore, myth, legend, stories, tales about this region, and also about the inhabitants of the Appalachia. It's an extremely mythical part in the United States, and is the cradle of a lot of legends that we have here in the United States, like for example, the Mothman, Bigfoot, the Brown Mountain Lights, the Moon Eye People, the Flat Woods Monster, and so many more. Actually, Jake Richards in his book Backwoods Witchcraft has a whole chapter number 2. It's called Down Devil's Run, and it's about stories or superstitions on the Appalachia. I tell you, witches, if you buy this book, you're going to enjoy it so very much. Now, this legend, this myth, these spirit stories have influenced so much so the people of the Appalachia that the Appalachia folk magic was born. Now, with all this in mind, let us take a look at this beautiful and very intriguing deck of cards. The first thing that you will appreciate is the box design. It looks like wood, it feels like wood, and its age is absolutely beautiful. Another thing that you are going to notice is the signature Luna Moss of Jake Richards. He has kept consistency throughout all his works. His books and his cards belong with each other, and that's something that I really appreciate as well. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the Luna Moss. The Luna Moss is linked to the moon. Luna means moon in Spanish, and the Luna Moss represents protection and guidance from the highest wisdom. Once you open then the box, you are going to encounter a beautiful image of what it looks like an old Conjure man. And this is what it reads: Secrets of the Old Time, Mountain Prophets. What deck will you be dealt? And then, witches, we get the cards. I want to show you the backing of the card. It has 2 Luna Moss. Depict so much mystery and mysticism to me. They just make me feel a specific kind of way that I really can't explain. So the deck is composed of 54 cards, including jacks, diamonds, hearts, spades, the black joker, which is a dog, the red joker, which is a cat. Another thing that I want to tell you, witches, is that these cards are hand-drawn by Jake Richards, and the images are related to Appalachia stories and myth. So they're very raw, they're very authentic, and they're very consistent, again, with Jake Richards books, their message, and the way they make you feel. So let's take a look at them, shall we? Of course, the cards are accompanied by the booklet, and in these booklets you're going to have the meaning of each card. He's going to explain you what each card represents and what each card means, and he also is going to give you some sample spreads so you can go ahead and use your card right away. You have over here past, present, and future spread, and this one is also going to help you answer just basic yes or no questions depending on how many blacks and how many reds you get. You're also going to get the Jusem suite, and this is for when you need to know how a particular person feels about you, specifically when it comes to romance. And the last one that he's going to share with us is called the Bullfrog, and this one's going to give you a whole storyline, so there's a lot of information in here. The booklet looks like it's made in craft paper. Craft paper to me means something raw, something very attached to nature. You guys know how much I love craft paper, so there's nothing I dislike about this deck. I strongly recommend it, witches. The most intriguing part on this deck is going to be this one. For me, it is a rooster without a head. A headless rooster. Now, according to Jake Richards, this represents a restless spirit. All the information is going to be in your little booklet, so you are going to enjoy this so much. And my favorite thing about this deck, witches, is the way they make me feel. Because they make me feel the same way I felt when I was a little girl, and my grandma used to tell me all her childhood scary stories. Very mystical feeling this deck has. I really appreciate that. Jake, thank you so very much. One more thing before I leave. Jake Richard has been reading the cards for the past 10 years. I want you to know that the meanings of these cards were passed on to him by his mother. So when you're playing these cards, see the love and the wisdom that are behind these meanings. That's it, witches. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you give this card a chance. Make sure to check the description of the video because I'll leave in there all the information for the books and the cards. Until next time, stay very wicked. Bye.